Before we delve into the body of this presentation, I want to begin by talking about my own experiences with brain uploading. Just like you guys, I had a brain once, but now I have two brains because I got my brain uploaded back in 2048. After that, I remember the Fire Nation attacking, Donald Trump becoming president, and the world being controlled by Ironco. These events occurred in two different realities, one physical and one virtual, and I think it's quite obvious which event happened virtually. Essentially what happened was my consciousness branched out into two while staying in constant communication with one another, and this is thanks to the research done in the field of neuroscience.
Brain uploading has potential to not only reconstruct the mind, but also duplicate it onto a cloud. The Global Future 2045 International Congress predicts that brain uploading can be a reality by the year 2045. A futurist at the Congress, Ray Kurzweil, believes this to be true, stating that based on conservative estimates of the amount of computation you need to functionally simulate a human brain, we'll be able to expand the scope of our intelligence a billionfold. Currently, the majority of theories only explore different methods to successfully upload a brain.
One of these methods is gradual replacement, which consists of slowly replacing parts of the brain with microscopic devices. These devices would be the technological equivalent of neurons, allowing the brain to still function properly while being preserved and becoming compatible with a computer interface. Another method is scan and copy, where the brain is first stabilized with vitrification or plastination. In other words, it is turned into glass or plastic. Then it is sectioned and scanned into a computer as a copy of the original brain.
The third method is through brain-computer interface, or BCI, and what this is a device like an implant that is controlled by the user's intent. It records activity directly from the brain and provides real-time feedback to the user. To upload a brain, it is first scanned with the BCI at a quantum particle level, and then this scan is transferred into a computer for further analysis. The majority of research examples focus on ways to map a brain. To upload a brain, the mind first needs to be understood and mapped out thoroughly, so mapping a brain is quite important for this process. It just so happens that a popular theory for uploading a brain relies on mapping the connectome.
The connectome is a map of the brain and has its own field, connectomics, in neuroscience. Mapping the connectome is considered to be difficult due to the high density of neuronal networks in the nervous tissue of the brain. This nervous tissue is filled with information, all of which needs to be processed to upload a brain. One of the current techniques for mapping the connectome is microscopy, which is the use of high-powered microscopes to see the small neurons in the brain. However, Kenneth Hayworth proposes his own technique, focused ion beam scanning electron microscopy, or FIBSEM.
This technique has a higher resolution than traditional ones, which allows it to reliably trace neural processes using computer algorithms. With a focused ion beam, more of the brain is mapped in less time. The resulting connectome maps can lead to more developments in gradual replacement and scan and copy brain uploading methods. Elon Musk intends to pursue instead the brain-computer interface method with his company Neuralink. This method provides the brain with a new non-muscular communication and control channel to a computer. For Neuralink, this channel is in the form of an implanted device.
Musk describes this device as a neural lace that is inserted into the human body through the bloodstream. Once it travels to the brain, the lace takes the form of a digital layer that rests atop the cortex and therefore enhances human intelligence. There is currently an unfurling mesh technology that has been developed that shares key aspects with what Musk wants to create, but it is not the same exact thing. This mesh was created by Charles Leiber and Guosong Hong, and it is injected into the brain tissue with a syringe. It records brain activity from the neurons there. It has not yet been tested on humans, but it has successfully been tested on mice. This mesh is also a major improvement from previous flexible electronics, with Leiber saying it's, quote, 1 million times more flexible.
All of this research is just the beginning of gaining a better understanding of the possible ways to upload a brain. Other research explores the relationship between the uploaded brain and its physical counterpart. Currently, there are three main theories about the existence of identity in this relationship. First, the biological theory argues that the existence of a physical brain is necessary for identity. Secondly, the psychological theory requires shared behaviorisms, so memory and identity are preserved in both. Finally, the closest continuer theory claims that consciousness will continue in whichever form is most identical to the original.
Michael Cerullo, a specialist in consciousness and identity, created the psychological branching theory, suggesting that consciousness could branch and continue on in more than one self, the original brain and the upload. This means a human could be fully aware of its dual existence in a physical and virtual reality. With the possibility of being conscious in multiple realities, the question becomes, is a physical existence necessary? This is addressed by Keith Wiley, a bio and neuropsychologist. He claims that biological forms are hindrances and that brain uploading would make things easier and more efficient for humanity.
This implies individual performance can be optimized if an individual is able to function and perform on multiple levels in an interface. And if this occurs with the majority of humanity, total human productivity would skyrocket, thus leading to an accelerated technological advancement. With this, the risk of physical human extinction is also negated.
All of these theories that we've mentioned are just that, theories, implying that we are only predicting the process of brain uploading and all future implications. This technology can lead to extreme changes in the concepts of identity and human productivity, possibly leading to electronic immortality and a new singularitarian society.